This video introduces the new features for ANSYS Mechanical 2019 R3. Mechanical now offers coupled field static and coupled field transient analysis types used to perform simulations between interacting structural and thermal physics. Using the physics region object, you enable the physics definition to be structural or thermal or both. When both physics are enabled, coupling between the selected physics will be enabled for those bodies. You can now perform either a strong coupling at the matrices level or weak coupling where additional coupling terms are added at the load vector level. For static structural nonlinear analyses with large deflection, using the inverse option of the analysis settings, you can perform inverse solving on a known input geometry that's been deformed under a set of loads and boundary conditions. During the same analysis, you can further perform forward-solving steps following the inverse steps with additional sets of loads and boundary conditions. You can now create condensed parts for a random vibration analysis. The new offshore ACT extension exposes the MAPDL Ocean functionality in Workbench for static structural, transient structural, modal, and harmonic response analysis systems. This enables you to calculate hydrodynamic loads on submerged beams and pipes for various sea states. For the density-based method of topology optimization, a new analysis settings property, region of AM overhang constraint, enables you to include or exclude the exclusions region for creating self-supporting structures using the AM overhang constraint. The level set method now enables you to specify multiple optimization region objects in order to optimize individual bodies with specific manufacturing constraints. In addition, you can now specify the response types, center of gravity, and moment of inertia for geometric analyses and the reaction force constraint for static linear analyses. The level set method also now supports the AM overhang constraint, enabling you to specify a build direction and overhang angle. When you open the mechanical application without importing a mesh, an import option is available on the File tab that enables you to import a mesh file from an external model system. When you select the import option, another new mesh, external model, option becomes available. This option opens a dialog that you can use to select your mesh. For a tetrahedron-based mesh that you import from external model, you can now insert an arbitrary crack and scope it to a surface body that represents the crack surface and generate an arbitrary crack mesh on top of the imported base mesh. Fracture parameters can then be computed on those cracks. The link truss option for the model type property for line bodies now supports the behavior property. This enables you to specify tension and compression behavior using the property settings tension and compression, the default, tension only, or compression only. There's a new model type property, cable, available for line bodies. This option is equivalent to the link truss option with the behavior property set to tension only. The cross-section property is no longer read-only and enables you to make a selection from the available imported cross-sections. The coordinate system property for an end release object now offers the option Beam Coordinate System. This option automatically creates an internal coordinate system that's not visible in the tree and that orients the end release such that the x-axis is parallel to the scoped edges. In order to set stricter requirements for element quality during mesh generation, the default setting for the error limits property is set to aggressive mechanical. The material combination feature enables you to combine materials based on supported specific material properties. Mechanical has a new ease of use option that enables you to open the application directly from the operating system start menu. This option opens Mechanical. The Workbench application also opens in the background and automatically inserts a mechanical model system into the project schematic. The Graphics toolbar contains a new option, Smart Select. The selection filter enables you to select or highlight vertices, edges, and faces on the model without needing to specify a selection filter, such as vertex, edge, or face. The feature to create unique toolbar buttons can now export your user-defined buttons. Once exported and saved, buttons can also be imported into the application. Supports inserted as STL supports have a new display option that allows you to switch between viewing the STL supports, the mesh, or the knockdown factors. Knockdown factors are material multipliers that scale down the properties of elastic modulus, shear modulus, density, and thermal conductivity for the supports. STL supports may now be removed after cooldown using a removal step on the AM process sequencer. When identifying predefined supports, line bodies may now be scoped, and they will be meshed with beam elements. AM process steps are now much more easily identifiable in the graph window for result items under the solution object. You can now incorporate user-defined results to query the result file data when using the solution combination feature. When you specify cyclic symmetry, you can now specify supported result types with the coordinate system option, Solution Coordinate System. For cyclic symmetry analyses, result objects now contain a starting at sector property. This property gives you the ability to define different starting sectors for each result object. Attached camera is a new animation feature in rigid body analyses and explicit or transient analyses that have rigid bodies and use dimensionally reduced meshing. This option enables the animation of rigid bodies in such a way that the selected body appears stationary and all other bodies move relative to or about the fixed body. For certain acoustic analysis result types, you can now export the result in waveform audio file .wav format. For a static structural analysis that's linked to a hydrodynamic diffraction analysis, the wave case definition property of the hydrodynamic pressure load enables you to transfer pressures and loads for multiple wave frequency direction pairs in a single calculation. That concludes this demonstration of the new features in Mechanical 2019 R3. Thanks for watching.